US television advertising market is the largest in the world. What are the outlook for 2017?
In 2016, the market was about $72 billion, and in 2017, we're looking for it to be about $72 billion. That might seem a little poor, but we got to remember, it's a post-election year, it's a non-Olympic year. Normally, one might in fact expect a decline. When we compare TV with other forms of traditional media, flat is the new up. If it can match $72 billion again, that's real resilience in the face of a digital onslaught.
That's quite surprising because we have more distractions from television than ever. Surely isn't viewing going down? Isn't that diminishing the value of TV advertising?
When we look at measured daily viewing, it is declining. It will decline by about 1 minute per day year over year. So across the population of adults as a whole, it's declining at an extremely slow rate.
Okay, so overall, it's flat, but we know that over half of US households have a digital video recorder, which allow them to record everything and watch everything with the adverts fast forwarded through. That must be a major factor now.
Ad skipping. Not so much, although a lot of people have those DVRs, PVRs, the number of minutes per day, remember, average American watches about 5 hours of TV per day, falling by 1 minute year over year. Of that 5 hours, only about half an hour, only about 30 minutes is actually time shifted. So the overwhelming majority of TV continues to be watched live, and that includes all the ads.
Okay, that's the average American, but we know that for younger people, 18 to 24-year-olds, their habits are definitely changing.
You got me. Absolutely. Viewing by 18 to 24-year-olds down more than 40% from 5 years ago, falling at about 10% year over year. That's a real thing, and it's a problem because that 18 to 24-year-old is an important market for advertisers. But it's not the only market. Those over 65 are the fastest growing component of the US population, and they're watching more TV year over year. So that's another really big driver of ad dollars.
Another factor which could affect TV advertising spend is cord cutting, which we hear about a lot, and we believe it is growing in terms of momentum. So the less television that people have, premium TV which they have to watch, less adverts which can be sold.
Absolutely. It's going to be about 1 to 1.5 million fewer homes paying for any of cable, satellite, or telco TV in 2017. That's about a 1.5 to 2% drop, and that's obviously not great, but got to remember, that's also offset. A growing number of Americans are actually putting up digital antennas and usually not connecting them to PVR DVRs, so they're watching all of the ads. Net, the decline in the number of viewers is extremely small due to cord cutting, especially offset by antennas.
Now, one other trend that we've seen for many years in the US is streaming. That feels as if it's growing year upon year, sometimes double-digit growth. That takes people away from advertising.
Streaming is a funny market, though. TV is a very broad market. It's one of the ways, not just in the US, but around the world, to reach large simultaneous audiences. Streaming's great, too, but streaming's kind of lumpy, biased. If you take a look at the top 20% of people who are watching streaming video, that 1/5 represents 83%. So if you are an advertiser and you've got a rifle approach, digital streaming is great. If, on the other hand, you want more of a shotgun approach and you want to capture the larger audience, traditional TV may still be the best. And of course, this varies a little bit by product category.
So TV advertising will be flat in the US, and lots of other metrics appear to be flat or little change. What about revenues overall, so including pay TV? So you mentioned cord cutting, maybe a couple of percent in 2017. Surely that means that overall the industry is declining.
No, because the price of cable continues to go up faster than the losses we are seeing from cord cutting. I put it all together, all the moving pieces, and US TV revenues for advertising and subscriptions will be higher in 2017 than 2016.
How about the rest of the world? So US TV advertising is a bellwether for the rest of the world. Is it also flat too?
No, if flat is the new up in the US, up is the new up in the rest of the world, especially the developing world. TV ad revenues are growing on average across the planet, and especially in those emerging economies, we continue to see a resilient future for TV advertising in 2017 and for years to come.
So television remains resilient because it is the one medium able to capture those massive audiences that has remained.